Okay, this is a midday update. I am in the Cibola National Forest in New Mexico. We are below Mount Baldy and the Langmuir Observatory. Approximately 12 miles of four-wheel driving to get up here, switchbacks up to 10,000 feet where the observatory is. Fantastic ride. You can just see the views are astounding. Drops down to the plains here, probably about 4,000 vertical below us. And you really get to see how vast New Mexico is. It's definitely been a new leg of the journey. Yesterday was a long, hard day. Started off, as you'll remember, in the Indian Reservation in southern Colorado, and it took me about half the day just to get out of there. With all the flooding, they had a lot of mud on the roads, and had a couple mud holes that I had to go around and ford, and it was really arduous. Probably the most trying situation on the bike to date. I was ready to give up. You get to that point where it's like you've been through a lot and you don't want to go back, but it keeps getting worse, so you got to keep going forward. But eventually I popped out, headed down to Farmingham, had the best Mexican breakfast I've had yet with a diced cactus and scrambled eggs. The Mexican food in New Mexico is unbelievable. And hopefully it gets better as we go south here. From Farmingham, I decided to just head straight down to Albuquerque. It was about 200-mile shot. Hit Albuquerque around 5, had to pick up some supplies. It's the last American city before the border, so I wanted to make sure I had some of my equipment in order. From there, I head out. It was about dusk, and found out that my headlight was blown. And on a motorcycle, you only get one headlight. So when your headlight's out, you're kind of screwed if it's dark. Pulled over to a gas station, took the bike apart. I found out that my fuse box had been shorted with all the wet weather that I'd gone through, the water crossings and such. Not only was the fuse blown, but the headlight filament was blown as well. After begging for a ride for about an hour, I was able to befriend some people by buying them a pack of cigarettes. Drove to the auto parts store right before it closed, got the parts, fixed the bike, and was on my way. I'm not a real big fan of Albuquerque. Stayed there just as long as I had to. Headed south about 100 miles to the forest that we're in now, and it's spectacular. Old mines, rivers, trees. The vegetation's totally different than Colorado, and I am just loving it. Haven't seen one other person out here today, although it is a Tuesday. My plan from here is to head down to the Gila forest, go look at some cliff dwellings, enjoy another 2 days in New Mexico or so, then head straight to the Mexican border from there. This is day 8. You're following the adventures of the bike bum, myself, Colorado to Guatemala, and hope you stay tuned, because there's definitely a lot more adventure in store.